And joining us today on our Book Talk segment, great to welcome a woman who's written a very helpful book, I'm sure, for anybody who has kids. That's the point of it. It's called How to Be a Happier Parent, Raising a Family, Having a Life, and Loving Almost Every Minute of It. We're joined today by KJ Dell'Antonia on the telephone. And KJ, I believe you're up in New Hampshire, right? How are things up there? I used to go up there once a year when I went to a school on Long Island. We went to a camp up there near Mount Monadnock. So it's a beautiful part of the country.
Yes, we're right there. Yeah, it's gorgeous. It's not fall yet. The colors haven't started, and I'm so glad. It's just a beautiful, green, sunny day. This is the best time of year up here.
Yeah, then after Labor Day, it all goes downhill weather-wise, right?
Well, yeah.
No, it's nice up there. I know it's nice in the fall up there.
It's not full. That's why everybody doesn't live here,
That's right.
It'd just be too crowded if it was this
I had to get away from the cold weather in New York, but no, it's a beautiful part of the country. Anyway, we're not here to talk about New Hampshire. We're here to talk about your book, and congratulations on it, first of all. And this is kind of came out of a blog that you wrote, right? The Motherload blog that you wrote for about 5 years. This kind of came out of that?
Yes. I wrote and edited the Motherload blog at the New York Times. Lots of interviewing and editing parents about personal challenges, and lots of conversations about society and culture and policy and how all of that plays into our parenting and our family lives.
And I guess parenting is the one thing that most people would do in their lives. If it's not your kids, it's maybe you take care of somebody's kids along the way, but nobody ever really teaches you how to do it officially, right? You just pick it up as you go along.
No.
That's not a good thing, right?
Well, I don't know. I think that's hopefully we've seen other people do it. It should come to us pretty naturally, but it's great to have the opportunity to talk to people who are doing the things that you find hard well, and that's something that I had a really good time with in writing this book. Like you said, it's got a bunch of different sections: mornings, discipline, chores, homework, sports and activities, and a lot of those are pain points for parents. But something that was really cool as I interviewed people was that chores might be a pain point for you, but you might feel like, well, sports and activities, yeah, we don't do too much. We do about the right amount. Everything's good. So, I could get the advice from that parent and shift it around for the other parent. I think everybody feels good about part of it. Then we focus on the other stuff. So that's a little unfortunate.
Yeah, I was going to get to that with the chores and some of the other things, cause, or even getting your kids ready for school. When I was a kid, and that wasn't that long ago, we were told be up a certain time, breakfast is going to be on the table, but you're on your own. Get ready on your. Nobody did it for us. I think parents tend to stress too much as far as getting their kids ready and not letting the kids have the freedom or at least the discipline to learn on their own. Am I right about that, or has it changed?
Yes, that is exactly what I tell people about mornings, that, we tend to feel like mornings, there's so much at stake, because you got to get that kid to school on time, and he's got to have his homework and his violin and his soccer shoes and 3 manila folders and 2 cans of green beans and a purple marker. And, how are we ever going to make it happen? But the great thing about mornings is that for you as a parent, there is nothing at stake. Most of us have, more than 7 minutes between drop-off and the moment we're clocking in at our own job. So if we're not quite that tight, you can drop that kid off 5 minutes late, and with none of those things, and your day will be fine. And the other thing is that you can sort of rest solid in the knowledge that his day will also be fine. And his life will not be affected by any of that. So what I love about mornings is exactly what you said. It's a great opportunity to let your child take charge. You shift that responsibility onto them, and then instead of having this sort of feeling of massive stress as a parent because there's so much that has to happen, you can be in the role of just helpful. Oh man, I'm sorry you can't find your dishes. I'll help you as soon as I've finished packing up my own briefcase. Or and then after school, it's today didn't go so well. Is there anything I can do to help you for tomorrow? But you don't have to take that stress onto yourself, and in fact, you really shouldn't. And another great thing is that part where they get in trouble for not having their shoes, that's not even on you, right? Somebody else.
Well, that was what we were told, not that they, my mom didn't care, but if you forgot something, that was your fault.
Yeah. No, and it is. And that's great. That's the right approach. It makes parents happier, and it's better for them. in the long run.
Yeah, well, they were older parents when they had us. They were in their 40s, so I guess they learned.
Yeah,
well, you mentioned another thing, too.
I got my own stuff to do. You get your own soccer shoes.
You mentioned, too, again, the after-school activities or the weekend activity, and that seems to me, just from observing and hearing about, soccer practice. Now it's soccer practice. It used to be baseball practice. The parents just going nuts, driving their kids all around. Again, that wasn't something we had to deal with. You rode your bike to whatever you're going to do. Is that an issue now for a lot of parents? They seem to stress out over that.
It's completely an issue. And what's interesting is that for a lot of us look at it exactly like you did, and we say, man, I remember playing baseball. I remember doing spelling bees. I don't remember it being this big of a deal. And we are objectively right. This stuff has ramped up dramatically since anybody who is a parent now was a kid. Soccer practices, the soccer teams practice more. There are all these crazy opportunities that kids can and sometimes are expected to take advantage of for individual coaching or special summer camp or whatever. And yeah, the biking to stuff doesn't really happen anymore because the soccer has sort of gotten shifted to, just one place out of town where everybody has to pay to play, and also parents are just less comfortable with kids traveling on their own. And that's a massive societal shift.
Right.
But that change in the expectation around the activities, it's huge and it's real. And recognizing that this is not sort of all on you as a parent, it's not like everything really has gone crazy. It kind of helps because it helps us to push back. And sometimes it's important to push back. I've got 4 hockey-playing kids. They love it. I love that they do it. I don't go to all their games. God, I don't go to their practices. You have to be kidding me. But we have 4 of them. My husband, it's not possible for us to attend every one of their games. So that sort of makes it easier. But also, we'll push back. If you tell us that the 12-year-old is supposed to be at hockey practice at 8:10 at night, I'm sorry, that means they're not off the ice till 9:10. We live a half an hour away. They got to take all their gear off. The earliest they're in bed is 10:30. They need 9 hours of sleep. That doesn't work for us. Right. They'll be at the other practices this week. And when parents push back that way, a lot of times, either A, it's just okay. It's no biggie. It doesn't change the playing time, right? Come on. And you know what? If you're on a team where the coach is like, well, then they can't play, find another team. That's crazy. They're 12. But a lot of times, the people will they'll either it's just okay or they change it. They stop having those because, people get it, but sometimes you do have to just sort of push back.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, my parents didn't have to come to every game I played in or whatever I did. It didn't bother me because that's fine. He had to work and he couldn't get there. It wasn't a big issue, like you said. Now it seems like kids, if the parents aren't there for everything, they seem to worry about it. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I talked to somebody whose mother, she asked her mom because I asked her, and she was like, "Did you come to my soccer games?" And her mom looked at her and was like, "You played soccer?" That cracked me up. She played all through high school.
Well, that
might be a little extreme, but yeah, if they're playing because you're watching, then they're not playing for the right reason.
Yeah.
And, it's maybe time to look at whether or not they want to do something else.
I know we have limited time today. We just got about a minute or two left. And again, that's kind of the point of the book. The parents, obviously, they care. We're not saying, don't care about your kids, but everything isn't life or death. Take time for yourself, and it'll be better for everybody, right?
Right. And happier parents make for happier kids and happier families. And just, it's better all around that we not make the kid the center of the family life. It's better for us to sort of, all be in this together.
Yeah, you don't want to raise an egomaniac child, right?
No, that's right. You do not want to raise a child for whom nothing has ever gone wrong.
Yeah, that doesn't help them in the long run, that's for sure. Well, How to Be a Happier Parent, Raising a Family, Having a Life, and Loving Almost Every Minute is the full title of the book. We've been talking with KJ Dell'Antonia. KJ, give out your website for people that can get more information about the book.
Well, you can find me at howtobeahappierparent.com.
Great. KJ, pleasure talking to you. Hopefully we can do it again, and thanks for being with us today.